Fire in the hole! Let's cook up some Cajun food. Please stay tuned. Okay, my pot is on the fire, as you can see. And I want to say, I got this recipe from a guy on Facebook and YouTube called Surfin Sapo. And I'll put a link at the end of the video to his YouTube channel. And also, down in the bucket, I'll put a link to a Facebook channel for a buddy of mine, Joe G, who's got a Cajun recipe exchange on Facebook. He's a cool dude too. Also, I'm going to put some Sang stir-fry oil in the bottom of this pot. And then we're going to dump in the Cajun mirepoix, which is celery, green bell pepper, and onion. We got to add some garlic to that once that gets cooked down a little bit. So let me bring you back. We'll get the garlic in there. We're just going to take about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic and smash them up and lay them in there. And then we'll get this seafood Courtbouillon going. And Sapo's recipe calls for pompano fish, or he told me you could use catfish, and I said, could I use tilapia? He says, don't say the T word. So I guess he's not a big fan of the farm-raised tilapia. That's all I got to work with. That's part of what's going in here today. So stay tuned. We'll bring you back for the next part of this. Okay, my veggies are cooking down pretty good. What I'm going to do now is put some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning in there. I'm going to say we're going to go with about a tablespoon of that in there. That's good stuff. I'm going to stir that around, get that seasoning cooked up on the Cajun mirepoix, which is the Cajun Holy Trinity with the garlic. So that's actually 4 things. Man, that's looking good already and smells amazing. I'll tell you. You can't imagine. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put in a couple of cans of, I usually use Rotel, but I'm using the store brand of diced tomatoes with green chilies. I like Rotel, but I happen to be in another store and I didn't get the Rotel. I got the store brand of those diced tomatoes with green chilies. I'm going to cook them up a little bit. That's looking pretty good right now, huh? Got the Christmas colors going, the green and the red. I'm going to stir that up a bit. Ah, yeah, looking good. And to that we're going to add some tomato sauce, Dei Fratelli, which is a good brand of tomato sauce. Get that all in there. Okay. And we also want to put a can of Campbell's cream of shrimp soup, which is soup you use for cooking. I'm going to put that in there. Probably have to get a spoon to get that out of there. But there we go with the cream of shrimp soup. And I got to get some fish stock in there. You know, of course, Sapo made his own fish stock because he had the fish to do it with. And I could make it from the shrimp shells, but I'm not gonna. I'm just going to stir that all in. And that looks good. That is looking and smelling excellent. Okay, so we got to get some fish stock in there and then cook that down a bit, and we'll bring you right back. So stay tuned. Okay, my pots are bubbling pretty good. We're going to put some tomato paste in there, a can of tomato paste to help thicken that up. And get that tomato paste in there. That's good stuff. This could almost be an Italian dish, but it's not. It's Cajun. But this would be good on spaghetti, I bet. Or any kind of pasta. We're going to put it on rice. So anyway, there's some tomato paste. Now I'm going to throw in about a cup of seafood stock. And I buy my seafood stock at the grocery store. I can't make my own seafood stock. I mean, I could, but I don't. I got this Swanson seafood stock. Put about a cup of that in there. That thins it out quite a bit, so we're going to have to thicken it up later on. I'm going to let that cook a while first. I'm going to stir in that tomato paste. So what we got going now is like an amazing tomato sauce. It's a little too thin for spaghetti or pasta. but it's perfect for what we're going to do because we're going to be poaching some seafood in there. So I'm going to stir that up and move it off the hot fire and let it simmer. And then we'll bring it back. We're going to put the seafood in there and cook that up, maybe put some thickener. I don't know yet. We'll see. But we will be drinking a beer pretty soon because I'm pretty dry. So stay tuned. There's what you've been all waiting for, the Frosty Root Boy mug. And today's beer, 'tis the season for cheer. Shiner Holiday Cheer. I love this beer. I had it before. I know I say that I have a different beer every week, but I love this beer. I had it last year around this time, and it was amazing. Wait till you see the color of this. Beautiful dark ale. Shiner Brewing Company in Texas, Shiner, Texas. Look at that, baby. Nary a drop was spilt. This is ale brewed with peaches, pecans, and natural flavor caramel color. There it is. This beer, I love it. It's like drinking a chocolate cookie, or I don't know, a spice cookie or a spice cake. All you lady cooks out there like Lindsay Wells and Linda Vanderhoof, you need to take this beer and turn it into a cake. That would be great. Let's take a sniff. Oh man, that smells like it smells like Christmas. I'll tell you what. My mouth's watering. Hang on. I gotta quaff the froth roll. Hang on. Man, I love that beer. I had it last year, and I couldn't wait for it to come around again. Shiner Holiday Cheer, and it really tastes like the holidays. Special brew that they brew every year. Okay, so stay tuned. We're going to put the seafood in our seafood Courtbouillon. Alright, my seafood Courtbouillon has been simmering in there for about an hour, and you can see it's getting really looking good. And we're going to put some of the T word in there, sapo. I know you don't like it. But we're going to drop in some tilapia. I got about 2 pounds of tilapia to drop in there. Just set that there so I don't have to hold it. I cut it into chunks like that. It's going to cook pretty quick. You really don't want to stir it up too much because it'll break apart. Get our tilapia in there. There we go. I'm going to stir it a little bit just to get it all submerged. And I'll tell you, this looks a little bit like a dish my mother used to make. She used to put bacala in there, which is, I don't know how you say, what is bacala in English? Is salt cod. That's what it is, salt cod. She used to put salt cod in some sauce like that and cook it up. I was never wild about it, but everyone else seemed to like it. So we're going to stir in our fish. Okay, we got the fish in there. Now I got a pound of shrimp I'm going to throw in there. A pound of shrimp that I shelled and deveined. Toss them in there. Oh man, this is going to be an amazing dish right here, let me tell you. Seafood Courtbouillon. And I know this isn't exactly the way Sapo made it, but I think it's going to be okay. And the last but not least, a pound of bay scallops, the small ones. Can't afford the big ones. We'll throw them in there and let them cook up in there and add their flavor to the rest of this. And you can see that fish has already started to cook. And we'll look at the shrimp in a little while. You'll see that they're going to turn pink. And that's my seafood Courtbouillon. I'm going to get some rice. We'll let that cook a while. Get some rice to serve that on and bring you back for a money shot. So please, stay tuned. Okay, so how does it taste there, Mr. Root Boy Man? Let's get some of that piece of that shrimp in there. Don't that look good? Man alive. Mmm, that's delicious. Try some of that fish. You know, you can talk trash about tilapia. There's nothing wrong with it. It's good fish. Cut a piece of that off there. Yeah, it's not coming. All right, no problem. I'll eat a piece of scallop. There you go. Mmm. Delicious. Wonderful flavor. Excellent dish. Thanks to Surfin Sapo for the dish recipe. Thank you for watching. As always, you like this crap? Please subscribe. If you don't, go over and see Surfin Sapo and go see Joe G, Southern Coastal Cooking, and look down in the bucket for a link to Joe G's Facebook page where he does Cajun cooking. I can't stop eating that. Alright, good. Anyway, yeah, there you go. That's my video. Have a good time, everybody. See y'all later.